Lands Minister and his deputies come under fierce pressure as coalition of civil society organizations in agriculture, aquaculture and fisheries demand their immediate dismissal, citing dire impact on aquatic business to the tune of $1.2 billion.
The Minister for Natural Resources and his deputy be fired for the fact that a lot of resources have been provided to them to safeguard the resources of this country. Their tenure has witnessed the worsening of our predicament.
We'll bring you details as the Organized Labor and Media Coalition against Galamsey takes on government over its stance that it cannot ban small-scale mining.
Nothing matters to us than a concerted effort to bring a halt to this injustice and this wickedness perpetuated on Ghanaians.
And in our Disabled series, we'll bring you the story of a senior high school student with visual impairment who refuses to let discrimination stand in her way of becoming a lawyer.
I'm not giving up because my parents encourage me a lot to learn, and my teachers as well also encourage me. I encourage not only me per se, but my colleagues.
Now, 17 civil society organizations in agriculture, aquaculture and fisheries are piling pressure on President Akufo-Addo to dismiss the Lands Minister and his deputies over their failure to protect the environment and aquatic life. They cite a widespread destruction of the country's forest reserve, alarming pollution levels of water bodies and threats of illegal mining to the $1.2 billion annual fish import bill. This call comes on the back of an order issued by the president for the police to crack down on illegal mining barely 24 hours after organized labor, the clergy and the media joined forces to demand #stop to illegal mining. Organized labor on Wednesday issued a stern warning to the government, threatening a nationwide strike by the end of September if decisive action is not taken to address the escalating Galamsey crisis. But speaking at a media engagement last night, the Lands and Natural Resources Minister said the president also directed the decommissioning of illegal mining equipment if necessary.
Regional security councils have been tasked to conduct reconnaissance, scrutiny of their various jurisdictions, and begin to roll out suits and enhance the enforcement regime. The details of which I think we all agree I should withhold for the time being. But in the days and weeks to come, we will see a heightened or ramped-up enforcement where we've decided that they should use local resources. In other words, the resources at the disposal of the various RESEX, because as you know, the RESEX have police, they have military, they have this, they have that. And the regular law enforcement apparatus of the state, which is the Ghana Police Service, should be the first port of call. If the need arises, we will take it a step further to the armed forces. If the need arises, we will possibly begin once again the extraordinary measure of decommissioning equipment used for illegal small-scale mining. The Minerals Commission is also to double up its reformative measures.
The organized groups also called for a temporary ban of small-scale mining. Listen to the Deputy Secretary of the Federation of Labour, Kenneth Thompson.
We have a situation where there are litany of men and women who are going through dialysis as a result of the polluted water bodies. Cancer cases have increased astronomically, stillbirth, deformities in birth. Do you want a situation where we should wait for all our children and the children that will be giving birth when your eye is at your back, your nostrils is at the side of your ears, your ear in the center of your head, before you say you are in crisis? Nothing matters to us than a concerted effort to bring a halt to this injustice and this wickedness perpetuated on Ghanaians.
But the Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abo-Jinapor says the economy will collapse if a ban is imposed on mining.
As of June, gold alone accounted for 54% of our foreign exchange earnings as a country. Small-scale mining accounts for 40% of our gold output. So if you take 40% out of 100%, it means that our foreign exchange earning will deplete by 40%. There are people who are involved in responsible small-scale mining who have invested millions of cedis and millions of dollars, who are mining responsibly, who are reclaiming the landscape, who are contributing to our national economy, who are employing hundreds and thousands of Ghanaian youth who have committed no crime. So if you announce a ban tomorrow, it means that you have to look at the consequences on the national economy, which obviously will be catastrophic, which will be literally rendering our country bankrupt if you want. You have to look at the investments of these people. You have to look at the employment of Ghanaians. On top of it, we have gone down that road before. Think that we should be fighting illegal small-scale mining or take the approach of banning small-scale mining, then you will still have the illegalities anyway. There's no guarantee that if you ban small-scale mining, the illegal small-scale miners will still not persevere or persist. So I'm reluctant to give a definitive position on this matter. I think the discussion should go on. But it's not as simple as banning small-scale mining, all forms of small-scale mining.
Now, despite the interventions rolled out by the Lands Minister, the coalition of civil society organizations in agriculture, aquaculture and fisheries are not convinced it will deal with illegal mining. Now, my colleague Michael Ashali joins me via Zoom with details of their statement. Mike, what more is contained in a statement by the Chamber of Agribusiness in Ghana?
Well, Carlos, let me just say that the Chamber of Agribusiness is just leading a number of organizations who are worried about the current illegal mining menace in the country. Now, I've counted just about 14 of them joining the Chamber of Agribusiness, some of which are coming from the likes of the Ghana National Association of Farmers and Fishermen, the Ghana Rice Professional Body, the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers, just to mention a few that have joined the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana to raise this concern. Now, the major reason they have given us in this 3-page document is that they are worried about the illegal mining which wreaking havoc on the nation's agriculture and aquaculture ecosystem. They have put together 9 demands that they want government to respond to immediately. Now, I'll walk you through some of the most important ones. Now, they start with saying that they want government to cease all Galamsey operations immediately. Again, they go on to say that they want the immediate resignation or dismissal of the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and his deputy. And then again, restore degraded land and prostitute perpetrators. Also, they are asking for the implementation of sustainable mining practices and support affected communities and industries. Now, they also want government to set up a national anti-Galamsey steering committee comprising of respected non-partisan citizens and key stakeholders. Then finally, they are also asking for the deployment of military and police personnel to affected areas, just as we have seen the likes of organized labor. And then again, the media coalition together with the churches have also called for a similar call for the deployment of the security apparatus as we have it, that is the military and the police.
All right, Mike, we're grateful for sharing those details of that statement with us. Now, let's speak to the ranking member, Works and Housing Committee and MP for Doma West Constituency, Vincent Opon Asamoah. Grateful for your time here on the Joy News Prime. Now, the minister says they are unable to crack down on illegal mining because of the political capital the opposition is making out of the situation. How do you respond to that? Kindly unmute so we can hear you, sir. Hello, Mr. Opon.
Just a minute.
Okay. So we are trying to connect to upon there to get some reactions from him. So if you can hear me, I was asking, what do you make of the minister's comment regarding the fact that he believes that the opposition is making some political capital out of that?
It's unfortunate. To me, if you ask me, it's a very unfortunate statement. You are in government. At least you all know that the president is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. They have all the powers in this world to stop Galamsey if really there's a political will to do that. What has the opposition done? What have we done? What did they do when they were in opposition? When Galamsey issues were being discussed all over the place? The fact of the matter is that the government himself, the government officials are all complicit in these Galamsey activities. So for them to stop, especially getting to election year, it will be a miracle. So this comment is a minister who talks a lot but does little. He doesn't act, he will talk and talk and talk and nothing will come out of it.
All right,
the problem is that government officials are neck deep in this illegal activity. They are involved in these activities right from the headquarters of the party, and then even those in government at the first half, they are all involved in this Galamsey activity.
Do you have any names you can share with us? Because it's a problem we are trying to tackle as a nation. And so if you have some evidence to share with us, we'll be grateful. Names, this is the time for us to name and shame people who are involved in these disastrous acts. And you're saying that from the presidency all the way to the party, there are people involved. Who are these people?
I must be frank with you. The expose from Professor Boateng, I have so much respect for this man. All the things that he said in the document was true. And let me tell you, if you listen to the running mate of Dr. Bawumia recently on the issues of Galamsey, it's even promising that should they win the election, they are going to release all the excavators that were even seized.
I believe that a statement has been issued to clarify that particular comment.
Why is it that anytime this man makes statement, someone will have to come and do clarification? Simple statement, they will have to come back to explain. And we all heard him. And let me tell you, you know, the media, we have a stake in this. Our traditional rulers have stake in this. And I think civil society organization have even a bigger stake in this Galamsey fight. All that we need to do is to be serious. The chiefs, especially if you come to Bono, we don't have Galamsey issues in Bono. The chiefs are very much involved in the fight against Galamsey in Bono. So if you can go to Minerals Commission, get your license, and you go to Bono, the chiefs in Bono wouldn't allow you to do the mining activities there. So we should put part of the blame, national, the authority that is in charge of the chiefs in Ghana, from Accra to Kumasi to Chebi, everywhere they are all complicit. The chiefs are all complicit.
All right.
You know, we don't have to make worse because these are serious issues that we don't have to even pamper any chief. If the chiefs are so determined that they will not allow, because most of these lands are stool lands, and chiefs also, they also have stake in this. So they should all get involved. Recently, I saw the 2-4 making even the stools a chief as a result of this Galamsey activity. But let me tell you, this is just a tip of the iceberg. If they want to do serious work, they need to bring all stakeholders together. Otumfuo is a very powerful chief, and if you would like to stop Galamsey in Ashanti region, Otumfuo can do that.
Okay, all right.
And I believe that, you know, if you leave everything for this government to fight Galamsey, please, it will not happen. All the big excavators you see all over the place. It is not the poor guys over there that are doing the mining. These are organized crime against Ghana. And it is perpetrated by government officials. No ordinary person can bring in the Chinese with these heavy equipment from outside.
Thank you so much, Mr. Opon. I believe the point is well made, and you believe that there are some big ways who are behind this particular situation that we are grappling with as a nation. But we can engage Professor of Finance, who is Godfred Bokpin, on the economic implications of banning illegal mining. Prof, will taking the process of both small and illegal mining impact negatively on the economy in any way?
Well, thank you very much, and then good evening to cherished viewers. There's no doubt about the fact that artisanal small-scale mining have contributed to our economy, both in terms of some employment generation and then also in terms of income generation and all of that. But I think that the country is at a crisis point. So the best way to do, because compared to what we are gaining, as the minister has mentioned, vis-a-vis what the country is, to highlight what the economy will lose, is a short-term thinking. Like, I think that it doesn't hold water. Because the reality is that when you factor the devastating effect of the small-scale mining together with illegal mining into the equation, you end up with a negative vis-a-vis the destructive effects. And the reality is that when you are accounting for the benefit of small-scale mining, illegal mining, that calculation fully reflects or does not reflect the destructive aspects of generation, that income, export earnings, and the rest of them. But when you put everything together, and that is what I expect policymakers to do, rather than just highlighting one aspect, because the destructive aspect of the mining, legal, illegal, are irreplaceable. They are permanent and all of that. So you want to weigh very well. But you see, given also what the minister is saying, that some small-scale miners are doing sustainable mining, and therefore a wholesale ban is not helpful. It's actually a poor reflection of his performance. You know why? Because for them to have presided over a situation where the unsustainable mining aspect, together with Galamsey, now seems to override all the good that is happening in that sector, is a leadership failure.
Okay, so in
any civilized society, he should have resigned long ago.
Okay, yeah, many are actually calling for his resignation, but from the economic point of view, what measures must be put in place to ensure that if the ban happens tomorrow, the economy won't suffer?
I think that given the lack of leadership and all of that, I think I support a ban. This is not a permanent ban. This is a kind of a situation that allows us to take stock and then review the situation and say that we can't do without mining. We can't.
All right. Prof, we're so grateful.
I mean, there's a way to do mining without compromising the environment.
Okay. We are grateful for your time, Prof, for speaking to us here on Join This Prime. Now, quality health service delivery in the Central District of Ashanti region is hampered by inadequate health staff and medical equipment. The District Health Directorate says poor roads and transport services are among the challenges of the area.
The Central District comprises 5 sub-communities: Nsuta, Kwamai, Brim, Oku, and Esubuaso. The District Health Director, Susanna Nkrumah, says these communities face significant transportation and road network challenges resulting in limited access to essential healthcare services. The district is faced with the challenge of staff shortage, partly due to accommodation challenges and the long commuting time between communities. The District Health is asking the government to help address the challenges.
So we have 5 sub-districts in the entire district. One is in Nsuta, Kwamai, Brim, Oku, and Esubuaso. Oku and Esubuaso are the far left, closer to Ejura. So the 3 sub-districts serve the entire district. So in short, because they are widely spread, most of our communities in the district are deprived of, they are cut off, because there are transportation challenges, road networks and other things, most of them can't access health service.
Communications officer of Fantasy Club, Yawapia, says the group is committed to making a positive impact and improving the lives of underprivileged communities in Ghana.
So Fantasy Club of Luma has one objective: to touch lives positively, to make sure that Ghanaians do benefit from the impact and the benefit of Daddy Lumbe's image and his brand. So we decided to put up this clinic so that the people of Amangwase can benefit from it. From here, we plan to do other stuff to make sure that Ghana as a whole will benefit from his image and then his brand. We would want to entreat the District Health Directorate to take good care of the project that we've done. It really cost us a lot of money, around 6 billion old Ghana cedis, that is 600,000 Ghana cedis. We wouldn't want to leave it here and then by the time we come back it's in a bad state.
Now, at age 4, Perpetua was diagnosed with sickle cell disease. Now 8, she is on a mission to protect other children from the excruciating pain she endures. Globally, over 7 million people live with sickle cell disease, and in Ghana alone, about 15,000 children are born with the condition each year. Perpetua urges couples to seek medical advice about sickle cell disease and their genotypes before deciding to have children.
8-year-old Perpetua's plea comes from her experience of battling the disease for the entirety of her life. She explains that sometimes the crisis is unbearable for her.
The journey has been hard. There are ups and downs. There are days you can go through painful, like the attacks are very painful. And when I also started, there wasn't hydroxyurea, so like I had to just be there. I'll just be there, like nothing will be there. Only, let's say, like pain, paracetamol, and the rest that were there. So now the doctors introduced us to hydroxyurea. So because of that, I'm doing well, and I can say my little sister too is doing well.
Your little sister too is sickle cell?
Yes, please. So I'm just lucky that they brought hydroxyurea for my baby sister and I. So now the attack don't come like that because of the hydroxyurea.
Perpetua is one of the 15,000 children born with sickle cell disease each year in Ghana, where the prevalence of the genetic disorder remains a significant public health challenge. With 1 out of 5 newborns in Ghana being carriers of the disease, the burden is immense. Perpetua therefore has an advice for partners making marriage plans.
I would say that my advice to them is that sickle cell is not easy, especially if you're a child. So if you want to get married also, make sure you're not going to make your child go through that pain. That's what I'm saying. Because they didn't know. They didn't know. It was the doctors who told them that there is something like that.
In response to this crisis, the Ghana Health Service, in partnership with Sick Kids and the Center for Global Child Health, has launched a community-based sickle cell project. The initiative focuses on raising public awareness, promoting early detection, and providing comprehensive screening for sickle cell disease in children across communities nationwide. Dr. Akosia Owusu-Sapon serves as the Greater Accra Regional Director of the Ghana Health Service.
This project is very timely and it's also relevant in the sense that early screening of children, through childhood immunization points will help parents to know the status of their children as far as sickle cell disease is concerned. And once they know the status, then they can be linked up to care early to prevent the regular crisis with excruciating pain, the complications, and sometimes even the mortalities that are associated with it. So this program, focusing on community, community-based, and using immunization sites or centers to screen children, is very good. And we are very happy for this community-based screening program.
Now, the project to transform the Komfanoche Teaching Hospital into a world-class medical facility is facing a major setback in the purchase of construction materials. Chairman of the Health Konfanoche Teaching Hospital project, Sami Edu-Boakye, says the project is currently at 40% completion, but progress of work has been impeded by the rapid cedi depreciation against major currencies. Speaking to the press after a project inspection, he called for more contributions to the fund to speed up the project. My colleague Nana Boakye Yadom has more in the following report.
The HUCATH project, launched by the Asante Hinotumfo II, aims to upgrade infrastructure, equipment and service at the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital to provide quality health care to patients. The project is being implemented in phases, with the first phase focusing on the renovation of major wards. Chairman of the HUCATH project, Sami Edu-Boakye, explained the project's progress has adversely been impacted by the rising cost of raw materials purchased due to the cedi depreciation.
The amounts that we have raised, the exchange rate has not been our friend. You realize that at the start of the project, the dollar to the cedi was about around 11 point something. Today is over 16. So the more the dollar depreciates, the more effect it has on us. We have been around 39%, 40% for quite a long time. And it is expected that a lot more companies would come on board than what we are seeing. Let me put this in perspective. No mining company has responded to the King's call. There are about 14 mining companies within the enclave of Konfanoche Teaching Hospital. None has paid off. Financial institutions or commercial banks, there are about 24 of them. Only 3 commercial banks have come on board. Rural banks, about 4 of them have come. So there are a lot more. There are, if you want to count how many churches are within the region, it's numerous, that's how I put it. How many churches have come on board? There are about 14 churches that have come on board. So though we have done well with our fundraising, a lot more identifiable groups are yet to show up.
Mr. Edu-Boakye indicated major progress has been made despite challenges.
The pace of work is in a way such that it is a renovation, it is not a new building. So even as you make some progress, realize that there's something that has to be done owing to the solid nature of the building that we are tackling. We are on course to complete the first 2 floors by the end of September, and we hope after the first 2 have been done, the rest will fall into place and will become a lot more easier for us to speed up the pace of work compared to what has happened in the past.
Management of the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital, alongside workers' unions, inspected the ongoing renovation works as part of its quarterly meeting with the Chief Executive Officer, Professor Ochre Adeymensa. For Joy News, Nana Boakye Yadom, Kumasi.
Let's now take you to the Volta region where Pearl Aseye Gasu, a student with visual impairment at the Adidome SHS, refuses to let the discrimination stand in the way of her dreams. Despite facing harsh judgments and being told persons with visual impairment cannot lead, she remained focused on her goal of becoming a lawyer. The 19-year-old is determined to change the narrative, advocating for inclusion and equal opportunities for all. Emmanuel Jivenum has more in the following report.
Despite the strides made over the years to eliminate all forms of discrimination against persons living with disabilities, there is still a lot of work to be done.
Majority of them don't understand our way of life. Some of them also hate us naturally because of our situation. And some of them, I don't know, some of them think we are unuseful, so getting close to us is very difficult. Yeah, some of our past seniors told us that they went for positions, but due to their situation they were disqualified. And one teacher even confirmed that they asked him whether he has picked the broom to sweep before. And that question alone disqualified him due to his problem. It does not work.
Discrimination in any form undermines the principle of inclusivity. The belief that every student has unique strength and should be valued for their contributions rather than their disabilities.
I'm not giving up because my parents encourage me a lot to learn, and my teachers as well also encourage me. I encourage not only me per se, but my colleagues. They encourage us to learn. So giving up is not in my blood.
Pearl and a host of her colleagues have a mission to change the narrative about persons living with disabilities.
I came together with my colleagues. We advise each other, encourage each other that some of us must join some groups in the school to prove to others that we can also do things like, let's say, speaking up for ourselves or showing their talent to show the world that they are also useful in a lot of fields, in political fields, entertainment fields, sporting fields, and other fields.
This is the sitting of the Adidome SHS Parliament. Pearl and her majority caucus are pushing for the reintroduction of mixed prep in their school.
Right, Honorable Speaker, according to my investigation at the boys prepping block, you realize that some boys have the chance to bully their juniors whilst they are at prep due to single prepping.
The visually impaired students in the school participate in other extracurricular activities such as sports, drama, and the choir. This has helped foster a sense of belonging among the VIs and gradually breaking stereotypes.
Are you flowing with us?
I see my future as bright because I'm studying to become a lawyer or a human rights activist, because my dad encourages me a lot, my mom as well, so I see my future to be very bright.
Interesting story there. Well, you're still watching the Join is Prime with me, Carlos Caloni. We'll take a short break. We'll return with more of this thing. Welcome back. The election headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol, Platinum Energy Energizing Dreams, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, AICPA, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty, Chobox Technologies, a convenience service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development. Now, the Electoral Commission has described as premature the call of the National Democratic Congress for a forensic audit of the voter register as premature. The NDC have in the past week raised concerns over some irregularities in the register, declaring a nationwide demonstration against the EC. The Commission has this evening been responding to the concerns of the NDC at a press conference that ended a while ago. First, listen to Deputy Commissioner in charge of operations, Samuel Tete, who says they did not reject the findings made by the NDC.
The Commission informed the NDC that the discrepancies they had detected were not new. The Commission noted that it had detected the same issues and had taken steps to correct them. The Commission reiterated that the essence of the exhibition exercise was to address all the concerns with the provisional voters register and assured the NDC that the issues identified were being resolved. The Commission assured the NDC that the issues they had listed were theoretical issues that the law had provided remedies for, as stated in the constitutional instrument on the registration of voters, CI 91, as amended by CI 126. 4, the Commission explained that the law envisaged that discrepancies would arise following a registration exercise and provided remedies for fixing the discrepancies, including the following: inclusion of omitted names, objection to names of unqualified voters on the register, removal of names of deceased voters from the register, replacement of poor quality or damaged voter ID cards, correction to wrong spelling of names, correction to wrong registration center codes, that's misplaced polling stations, and amendment to other registration details, example, age, sex, etc., as a result of clerical error. These discrepancies the Commission identified at the meeting were all being resolved. The Commission again highlighted that the essence of the exhibition exercise was to correct any discrepancies in the provisional voters register before it was finalized for the general election.
He said a call by the NDC to demonstrate is premature.
The Commission strongly believes that the surest way to attaining a credible and robust register is not through demonstrations. There is simply nothing to demonstrate about. This is because the Commission has repeatedly requested the data on discrepancies from the NDC to no avail. We are of the view that the stand taken by the NDC will not produce a credible register. The Commission is of the view that the best place to resolve the issues they have identified is the discussion table. We urge them to submit details of the discrepancies they have identified to enable the Commission investigate the issues and demonstrate to them that the concerns they have been resolved. As indicated earlier, the EC assured the NDC during the meeting that it would conduct a thorough investigation and report on the issues they had detected within a week. Why are they refusing to submit the data to enable the EC to investigate and provide a report? The EC believes that the best way to ascertain the credibility and integrity of the 2024 voters register is the discussion table, not on the streets.
Now, with just 86 days until this year's general election, the race between parliamentary aspirants across the 275 constituencies of the country is intensifying. Constituents are making demands, expecting candidates to address their concerns. Today's constituency lens is focusing on the Central Tongu constituency in the Volta region, where the two leading aspirants on the ticket of NPP and NDC clash over who has the expertise required to lead the constituency.
At the main station of Adidoma, we've been interacting with taxi drivers. We've also been interacting with Okada riders as well as trot drivers who believe that the current MP should be voted out of office. They have been given some reasons as to why they believe the constituency needs a new parliamentary leadership.
We actually need a change because the current MP failed as a parliamentary candidate to we the youth of Adiduma Township. Example, the road.
Is it the point that he doesn't come often to the constituency? You don't see him often?
Where we normally see him is at funeral place.
You, at least, you've seen a lot of elections, you've seen a lot of MPs pass by and all that. What do you make of such calls and the fact that the MP is not performing?
To me, the MP now to vote out. So I see no reason why he should have go out from office.
You think the MP should be maintained, the current MP?
Yes. Yes.
What are your reasons?
He started doing some things and he hasn't finished. So if he's put out from office, he cannot finish all those things.
Two candidates, current MP Alexander Roosevelt Hotoje of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, and the New Patriotic Party's Godwin Ayekpa, popularly known as Kasola, are the forerunners for the Central Tongu parliamentary seat.
I, first of all,
want Central Tongu to have a dynamic representation. As an MP, I don't want to be a funeral, funeral MP in quotes, that when there are funerals, then you come. No, that's not, it's cosmetic to me. We want an impactful leadership. A leadership guy can change a lot of things for people permanently. We want tangibles, not the low-hanging fruits. So my vision is first, I want to leverage on technology to maximize the benefits of our land. That I can say, I'll grade him maybe 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. That is the occasion that I see. I used to visit him in Parliament. I visit him in Parliament. I do business with MPs. So on occasions that I see him on the floor, I think that's when I can give him 5 over 10. But even there, I think I'm too magnanimous to give him 5. He has failed.
But the MP, Alexander Hotoje, would not have any of that. He describes his critics as being naive of parliamentary procedure, insisting he has a sterling performance in Parliament.
My brother, that is naivety. It is people who do not know how Parliament works. They will be saying that you don't speak on the floor of Parliament. And those things that we do on the floor of Parliament a day, it's not what they show on TV. They show only a small part. You understand? And Parliament deals with seniority.
Well, December 7th is fast approaching, and who will the constituents elect? Time will tell.
What a full piece is on Joy News channel this evening at 8:30 p.m. and on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM tomorrow. We'll take a short break. We'll return with Showbiz. Please stay. Well, it's time for Showbiz, and guess what? Becky is in the house. What's up?
I like the way you project when you introduce me.
Yeah, you're a big woman, so you need to be, you know.
Makes me feel more bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Bigger and better. Let's talk about the gospel music industry and the music industry as a whole. ACP Kofi Sapon says that there should be a national day to celebrate veterans. Musicians in the country, because that's the only way out. We leave them out, and that's not a good thing, according to ACP Kofi Sapon.
Yes, if we organize a national a program in honor of these celebrities, people that Ghana and individuals have benefited from, Wafasumeni, Yao Sapon, Daughters of Glory Jesus, Tego Sisters, Mama Esther, name them. All of these people have actually contributed to the growth of music. Yes, and so I think that there should be a national day of honor for these people, and not even for the gospel musicians alone. The other genre must also be recognized. We have lost such gems that we don't even have. I don't know that if we have even have history and have something that we kept for the generations unborn to come, see what these people, great men and women, have done and gone. And so I'll be happy if that day comes, or if they institute something for them, or maybe a date within the year to celebrate these ones. I'll be very happy.
It's a laudable idea, and that's exactly what we've been doing with E-Vibes here on the Joy News and Joy Prime channels. We try to celebrate our people as much as possible as we have them here with us. Especially. So what ACP Kofi Sapon is saying, it's just, you know, the right
not
thing
when
to do.
they are dead and gone.
No.
Once they are alive, we need to celebrate
them, which is the reason why they should watch. And Showbiz here on Joy News Prime. We're grateful that you could join us here on Joy News Prime. We'll be back tomorrow for even more thrilling edition of Joy News.
Great. Yeah. So you can equally log on to myjoyonline.com for more stories. My name is Carlos Kaloli. She is
Becky.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.